Ja, nee, trouwens. Komt goed zo. Jij en Annemarie zijn niet dezelfde lengte, dus dat komt goed.
Okay, I can already say welcome to all the people online, because here the people are not listening to me yet. I am. But at least I have the people online already. Welcome everyone. Please take a seat. And a special welcome to Mark Timmermans, who did the mass today. Thank you so much. Thank you. We recovered from COVID, so that's also very nice.
Yes.
Yay. Luckily. Welcome all of you. It's so nice to see such a full room of people, and so nice that you came also to the mass. So today, as I said, is already the 5th session of the Gratitude track, and today we're going to talk about. Oh, everybody has the booklet?
Yes.
Yay! Who doesn't have the booklet? Me. Okay, so could you please, and also, who doesn't have a pen? Everybody has a pen. Congratulations.
Wow.
Wow.
This is really next level.
So today we're going to talk about becoming a master in the virtue of gratitude, and this task will be done by Annemarie. She's over there. Then some practical announcements. So I don't know if you know what it is. Anyone? It's quite big. It's called a Tiki. So please, if you could support us financially, we would really, really much appreciate it. And it's even on the door, so you cannot leave the door without doing it. Then we have also the 24th of April. We have the evening of mercy, the avond voor barmhartigheid, and you can take a flyer so you can forget. And then so tonight we're going to start with the teaching of Annemarie, and then as usual we will split up in small groups, and this time I think we will have around 5 groups. And then we will end the evening, of course, with a bubble, and by now you probably know what a bubble is. So I hope I will see a lot of you also after this small session, the small groups. So for now, I think I give the floor to not Annemarie yet, but to somebody who wants to do an announcement, a special announcement.
Yeah, you just all heard about the afternoon of mercy, and I want to let you know that there's also an evening of mercy, very close to Amsterdam in Duivendrecht. It is on the 5th of April. It starts at 7:30, and it's also an evening of prayer and adoration of the sacrament, and also confession. Very important before Lent, of course, and before Easter. And you're all very welcome also to join us. Thank you.
Thank you.
The flyers are over here, so if you want to take one, you can do it. Thank you.
So, good evening everyone, good evening online.
Good evening.
My name is Anne-Marie. I live here in this house. I have my own apartment, which I share with 2 guinea pigs. They're called Martha and Maria. Maybe some of you will see them afterwards if you are in my sharing group. I am doing an internship right now for the tax authorities in order to become an investigator for financial crimes. So today I will tell you about step 4 of the gratitude track, becoming a master in the virtue of gratitude. As a small recap of the other evenings, I want to refresh with you. We started with step 1. You all have these books, you can find it there. Step 1 was the power of gratitude. And the first step was, what are the benefits of gratitude and how can you recognize it, or how can you grow into to acknowledge gratitude, to feel or to be touched by the emotion, and to give thanks. The second step was cultivating the virtue of gratitude. So how can we develop a personality inhabited by gratitude? What are the enemies and what are some remedies that can help us to grow? The third step, Joe spoke about it last week, was about gratitude towards ourselves. How can we grow in gratitude towards ourselves? And we have learned that we are all marvels, so we'll never forget it. There are also some enemies in this respect, but also here we have some remedies. You can find them again in the booklet or watch the video again. And now we arrived at step 4. So having said that, and assuming that you have all attended these meetings or watched the videos online, I assume you are already experiencing some of the benefits of gratitude in your life, that it has an impact on your life. If so, congratulations. And if not, then you are here at the right place, because we are going to learn more. Tonight we are going to learn how to be grateful even in the face of some annoyances, like small things that bother us, that worry us. So before I'm going to start about this, you can go to page 18 of the workbook, and on page 18 you will find some blanks. You can fill these in during this evening if you pay attention, but I think they are quite easy to complete. So, the first topic of this evening is becoming a master of my inner state. Our inner state fluctuates a lot during the day, during the week, mainly due to external experiences we make. For example, I have annoyance during the day. I'm super tired because I went to bed very late yesterday. I'm tired, and then my work is going slow, and then I get a little like, and then the weather is bad, and it's raining, or it's even snowing, and suddenly March is going away, and you're like you're not so happy anymore. So I feel that the gratitude in my life is going less. On the other hand, if you have like good news in your life, for example, I had good feedback from my work last week. I'm very happy, I have a good day, I feel like I can handle the world, and I feel super empowered, and then I feel the gratitude quite easy in my life. But this evening is about how we can learn, how we can go on this journey to become a master of our inner state, so that our inner state is not fluctuating as much anymore due to these external circumstances. We want to develop an inner state of gratitude, and that means that we need to remain stable whatever the external circumstances in our life. That means that we need to focus on our inner state that is rooted in things like who I am, the awareness that I have of my value, and the confidence that I have in myself or in the Lord. If I experience positive things, then that's great. I thank the Lord for this. But also if I experience annoyances or I go through trials, then that's great too, because I live them with the Lord. So my first question for tonight to you is, do you recognize these fluctuations in your life? Looking at yourself today, do you recognize these fluctuations? How long does it take you to return to a state of gratitude when you had bad news? A month, a week, a day, a few hours? I give you 1 minute to think about this, and on page 23 you have some empty lines where you can write it down. So again, the question to you is, do you recognize these fluctuations looking at yourself today? How long does it take you to return to a state of gratitude? continue. 2 weeks ago, Mireille spoke about the virtue of gratitude. And she explained that virtue means that it's not a gift, it's something you need to work on. We need to work on. So in order for us to grow in gratitude, we need to work for it. And our goal, my goal, is to manage to decrease this time that we fluctuate in our inner state. From months to weeks, from weeks to days, from days to hours, from hours to a few minutes. So that we are growing, that this time that we are disturbed by these annoyances or bad news is becoming less, and that we are returning to this inner state of gratitude even faster. And maybe also to manage to raise this level, this amount of time, to a higher level in the future, that we keep working on it. So to become a master of my inner state and to live the words of St. Paul to the Thessalonians, he said, give thanks in all circumstances. That is to say, to live gratitude at all times. Well, that's a path. It's a progression we need to make. In order to get this virtue of gratitude in our lives, we can recognize 4 different levels, which I will tell you about right now. That's the second topic. And these levels reflect how much you have integrated the virtue of gratitude in your lives. So I will describe them to you, and maybe you can recognize the level you are at, but also the steps you need to make in order to go to the next level. Even if you think tonight that you are at level 1, that's no problem, because you are here and you choose to do this gratitude track to this evening, and you can see what steps you can take in order to go to the next level. So, let's go for it. The first level is ingratitude. Ingratitude means that I have no gratitude for what I have, for who I am, or for what I experience. I am in complaint, I feel powerless, or I feel victim, and I find that a lot of bad things are happening to me. I can't help it, and I keep telling myself that I'm not lucky, it's my fault, I can't help it will never change, I will never change. And I'm locked into this identity of complaint. Maybe you recognize yourself at this level, or maybe you recognize a part of your life that you have been in this level, at this level. So the second level is I feel moments of gratitude. From time to time, during the day or during the week, you can feel the emotion of gratitude following a positive event in your life. For example, the good weather, you feel the sun on your skin and you feel the emotion of gratitude. However, at this level, it remains a one-off. That means that it's not a usual state of being right now. The third level is if you are working to grow in the virtue of gratitude. You often connect to the emotion of gratitude, and you do so intentionally. You do your exercises, and you make a conscious effort to go back into this gratitude. Gratitude is a regular presence in your life. You're grateful for the good things, but also for the difficulties, and you're taking it to the next level. So you're learning to be grateful in the face of annoyances. At first the small annoyances, and then later even the bigger ones. So little by little this virtue is created in your life. And gratitude becomes like a habit. But it's not yet a virtue that is really installed in your life. So you're in progress, but it's not easy right now. It's not spontaneous here. The fourth level is the virtue of gratitude is installed in my life. Gratitude has become a habitual attitude in your life. And when you experience a difficulty, you say thanks to the Lord for this difficulty. You see it as an opportunity, a gift from God. And you move from conditional gratitude, which means that I am in a state of gratitude because of a positive event, to unconditional gratitude, meaning that you are grateful whatever is going on. So gratitude becomes a trait of your character, a characteristic of your personality. And people will tell you like, oh, you're always so grateful, you're always so happy, like the glass is always half full instead of half empty. And people will see it, people will start telling you. It becomes easy when this virtue is installed in your life and you do not need much effort to maintain it. But you still need to, or can do, your exercises, because this virtue of gratitude can always be deepened in speed. That means that I go into this habit or being of gratitude, state of gratitude, faster and faster. But also in intensity, that I feel it more strongly in my life, and in breadth, towards the creation, towards more people, towards God. It doesn't mean that you don't have any trials in your life anymore, and that life becomes easy all of a sudden. It means that you have acquired an ability to return to gratefulness, to gratitude, even when a difficulty arises. And you have acquired the confidence that you will get something good out of it. So that are the 4 levels. And of course, I have this question for you. What level are you at? Do you already recognize yourself in one of the 4 levels? You can go to page 23 again, and I will repeat the levels very slowly for you. So the first level is the ingratitude. You have no gratitude for what you have, who you are, or what you're experiencing. The second level is you feel moments of gratitude. You feel the emotion from time to time, but it's not yet your usual state of being. The third level is that you are working to grow in the virtue of gratitude. So you feel it more often, it becomes more easy, but it's not yet installed in your life. And the last one is the virtue of gratitude is installed in your life. It's a habit. It has become a habit, a habitual attitude. I will go to the third part of this teaching, and I will tell you now about 3 attitudes to live gratitude in small annoyances. So the first one is to put small annoyances into perspective, meaning it's not a big deal. We may experience many small annoyances during the day, and they're not very serious. However, they often disturb us, worry us, agitate us. And one of the ways to overcome them is to look at them differently, from a higher point of view, from a wider point of view. For example, to place this annoyance in the picture of your life as a whole. Looking at your life, what is this little annoyance compared to that? But also to the whole history of mankind. What does this annoyance mean to you compared to what is happening to the world or what happened to humanity? So you have to become aware that your annoyances are very small. I'll give you an example of this. Sometimes I want to do my laundry. In this house we have like 1 washing machine, and then I go downstairs, super happy that I can finally do my laundry because I don't have a lot of time to do that, and then I find out that this washing machine is full and there is 1 big bag with more dirty laundry next to it. So I see like, I cannot do my laundry today, and I really need to do it because I don't have many time and my towels are out, and I'm a bit annoyed of it. And Now I want to try to look at it from a wider perspective, to see that it's also good that other people can do their laundry. It's not a big deal. So, yeah, but you will all recognize these annoyances, I think. And that's the next exercise. So, putting things into perspective. I would like you to think of an annoyance you had today, or this week, or this month. An annoyance that just pops up with you right now. You go again to page 23 and write it down. What was this annoyance? And how did you respond to it? And of course, how could you have responded to it, knowing this right now? I will continue with the second attitudes, to live gratefulness, gratitude in small annoyances, which is to see small annoyances as opportunities to grow, that they are helpful. Small annoyances are not there just to annoy us. They are also very helpful and useful, because they serve to teach me to progress, to surpass myself, and to become a master of my inner states. So you need to look at it as a challenge, because we people like challenges, right?
Yeah.
I like challenges.
Joe likes challenges.
So these annoyances are a training in order to become a master in the virtue of gratitude, and in order also to be able to face greater trials later on. It's like weight training. You start with a small light weight, and then when you can handle it, you continue with the next step and you add a little bit of more weight to it. So your exercise for the upcoming week or weeks is to change your mindset, to see these annoyances as a training, and don't miss out on any opportunity. So the third attitude is to take our responsibilities and to trust in divine providence. It's a hard word, divine providence, but I will explain. It is God who created the world, and He is the one who maintains it in existence. He is also the one who brings everything to its end. Whereas we can be overwhelmed by what is happening right now or what is happening in our lives, God isn't. So actually we do not have anything to fear for. Maybe from our point of view the world is going very bad with this war in Ukraine, coronavirus, people getting ill from cancer. You can think of a lot of bad things that are happening in this world. But it's not up to us to save the world. That's God's job. And of course He has the power and might to do that. And He is full of goodness, and sometimes it's hard to understand why things are happening. But I want to trust Him that He is good and that He is taking care of it at His timing. and that everything is in his hand. He is our Father who loves us so much with an infinite love. So we need to trust him. Let's trust him. The world is not going to its ruin, but to its salvation. And Jesus already defeated evil. We will celebrate that again with Easter. And we're celebrating that every Mass, actually. His victory is definitive. Even if you're watching now or hearing this now and you do not believe this, or you're not believing in God, there's this phrase I really like and I want to share with you. It's made popular by John Lennon, so maybe you know it. And he says, everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Pope John the 23rd said in 1962 during the opening of the General Congregation a text which is really nice about people. I think that these are people that were going to church, but maybe also recognize this about people in your own lives. He said, it often happens that in the daily exercise of our apostolic ministry, our ears are offended to hear what is said by some who, though inflamed with religious zeal, lack soundness of judgment and balance in their way of seeing things. In the present situation of society, they see only ruins and calamities. They are in the habit of saying that our era has become profoundly worse in comparison with past centuries. They behave as if history, which is the teacher of life, had nothing to teach them, and as if in the past everything was a full triumph for the Christian idea and the proper freedom of the Church. We feel it necessary to express our complete disagreement with those prophets of doom who are always announcing catastrophes as if the world were near its end. So again, he's speaking, I think, about people inside church or going to church, but I think you all know these people in your lives, at least I do know these people that are always seeing the bad side of things. They're like these prophets of doom that are announcing things like, oh, the world is going to its end and we have to fear for this. Or people who always see the elephant in the room. But God invites us to concentrate ourselves on our own zone of influence. So looking back at what I said earlier, it is God who will save the world. It's not our responsibility. We cannot save the world. We can ignore all these people that are saying words of doom and just focus on our own responsibilities, on the areas of existence that have been entrusted to us, like your own life, like your family, your studies, your work, your associations or sports or other obligations. And in these areas you can make a difference. On the other hand, for the things that we cannot do, the things that escape to us, we can entrust them to God and ask Him to take care of it. We cannot save the world. And we need to start to take responsibility of our own area of existence. But often we do exactly the opposite. We do not act and we postpone things until tomorrow. For example, I need to do cleaning of my room and I think like, I can do it tomorrow, you know, the feeling, or other responsibilities. I really need to call this friend because she needs to talk with me, and then I think like, no, I'd rather go to bed early today and then I do it tomorrow. These are the responsibilities we have and where we can have our influence right now. So let's worry only about the responsibilities we have, and all other things we cannot control. Let it be up to God. Let us trust it to the Lord and trust it to the Lord. So I've come to the final part of this teaching. Before I'm going to do that with you, which is again an exercise, of course, I want to repeat with you, and you can see it in your books as well, in your workbooks, starting on page 18 again. So today is about becoming a master in the virtue of gratitude. We have seen that our inner state fluctuates a lot during the day, during the week, during a month. And we want to master this, become master of our inner states. And how can we do that? To do the exercises. Yeah, it's a hard way, but if you want to learn it, then these exercises are super helpful, and I can tell you myself that I already recognize that I feel more grateful in my life by doing this exercise because it makes me more conscious. We also spoke about the 4 levels of gratitude. And in these 4 levels, you can see the steps you can take in order to go to the next level. And then the third topic was about 3 attitudes, how to live gratitude in small annoyances. The first one, it's not a big deal, to put things into perspective. The second one was to see small annoyances as an opportunity to grow. And the third one, to take our own responsibilities of our areas of existence and to trust in divine providence, in the help of God, that He is also acting. So now I like to go into the final exercise. And for this exercise, we're going to do a time of prayer or meditation, or how you would like to call it. I suggest you to put your books down and to just sit relaxed on your chair to make yourself comfortable. Nina is going to play a little bit of piano. And just get relaxed, that you put your hands somewhere where you can have relaxed and that you have no tension in your body, and you can close your eyes. Close your eyes and start breathing. I want to ask you to put yourself in an inner state of gratitude. To think of something you feel gratitude for. And you can say, I am grateful for this. You can say it in your heart. And you can repeat it. You are grateful. I am grateful for this. And I want you to imagine now that you are your own guardian angel, like somebody who's standing next to you. And you are rising very high, above the city of Amsterdam, looking down at yourself sitting in this room tonight, very small. And you climb higher into the clouds. You look from up there and you look at everything that is happening to this person who is you. And you look at his or her little problems today and tell him or her that it's okay. You can laugh at his or her problems. I am my own guardian angel, and I look at Anne-Marie's problems. She's late, she has not answered some people, still a lot of things to do. guardian angel high up in the sky, you see his or her whole life, the life of everyone. Jesus who died and rose again to save us. And compared to the problems of whole humanity, and as this guardian angels, you say to yourself, it's okay. It's okay. Everything is great. You can send him or her peace. Try to feel that peace in your body. Thank you, Lord, for your love, for our lives, because you watch over us. I trust in you, Lord. I'm not afraid of anything, because my hand is in your hand, and I hand over all my worries to you. I am in peace. And I will finish with an act of trust from Claude de la Colombière. My God, I am so convinced that you watch over those who hope in you, and that one can lack nothing when one expects all things from you. That I have resolved to live in the future without any worries, and to unburden myself on you of all my worries. Amen. You can open your eyes, and I want to ask you to keep this silence for a while. And thank you.
Thank you so much for the beautiful music, but above all the very nice and inspiring talk about how to become a master in the virtue of gratitude. And I think we're all very good on track. And I invite you also to share a bit your thoughts on this teaching, and also maybe discuss the little questions that you already asked us. And For the people online, I think it's nice for you if you feel the need to share, to call a friend and to share your experiences and your thought on this teaching. It's always good to not move on fast, but to let it sink and maybe share it with some people. Okay, I'm gonna split you up in 4 groups this time. And I'm first gonna start counting, because I'm really bad at counting. So first do the counting and then we see how we're gonna split you up. So 1, yeah, 2, 3, yeah, number 3,